Welcome back to another special episode of the Cheyenne and Arapaho Productions podcast. The second part to this series is interviewing the senior girls from the El Reno High School girls basketball team. The first part, we interviewed the coaches earlier. So what's special about these young ladies here is that they won El Reno girls basketball first ever state championship, Class 5A. Not only that, they also completed a perfect record of 28-0. So congratulations to them. Why we're here is that we want to highlight your stories, your experiences, how you've achieved success and how you've gotten to this point. Not only of that, but we also want to know who you are outside of basketball. Think about all these little girls, all these little boys that have come to your games. Think about what would you tell them about success? What would you tell them about failure, about setbacks, and getting to this point? And then also want to share what you all are going to do after this. I think you guys have some exciting things going on. So first, let's introduce ourselves. So let's start with Najoni. Tell us your name, tell us what position you play, and then what tribes you are.
Hello, my name is Najoni Sleeper. I am the point guard of the team, and I believe my role on the team was to be the leader and to lead everybody to where we were able to. And I am Cheyenne Arapaho, Comanche, Navajo, Apache, Wichita, Sioux, and then I think that's it.
Dang. I didn't know that.
Yes.
That's a lot of tribes. No wonder she said, oh. Go ahead, Carly.
My name's Carly Cahiga. I'm more of a center or post, I guess, for the team. My role was just come off the bench and just keep it going and not let up. And, it's just the same five out there. My tribes are Arapaho and Comanche. Was that all?
Yes.
Right? Okay,
yes.
Yeah.
Pauline?
My name is Pauline Black Carmen. I'm the power forward, and my role.
Your tribes.
I don't know what my role would be.
Rebound. Get a lot of rebounds, score
Play
some
defense.
points,
Yeah.
block some shots.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm Cheyenne.
Welcome. Bree?
My name is Brianna Blackout, and my tribe is Cheyenne and Arapaho, and my role was to play center and do what I can when I could go in.
And then Douglas, you introduce yourself.
And I'm Jennifer Douglas. I'm the head girls basketball coach here.
So from what I know, you all have been playing together for a very long time, since you guys were little girls. Kind of tell people about what that was like, and when you guys started playing together, and how long you all have been playing together, because I think that's what makes you guys really special.
I believe that we all started playing together in fourth grade.
Okay.
That's when Pauline and Bree came. And our head coach was Eric Sandoval, and our assistant coach was Evan.
And Darlington, too, though.
I know, but what's Evan's last name?
Ortiz.
Evan Ortiz. And then we all played together at Darlington school ball since 3rd and 4th grade.
We also got a championship over there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yes, you
8th
did.
grade year.
So when these girls were in 8th grade, they also won a state championship for Darlington Public Schools at the ORES basketball championship. What year was that? 2020? Okay.
Yeah.
So they've won 2 now state
Yes.
championships. They're very special young women. So remember that you all can just jump in and share. Najoni can't be the only one that's talking. Jump in and share whenever you feel like it. So for a long time, even beyond you all, my generation, the generation before us, like basketball has always been popular with Native Americans. I don't know why, but it's just something that we've always done, right? I'm sure you guys have relatives, an aunt and uncle, grandma, and grandpa that maybe played basketball, could tell you some stories about when they played, why they played, but looking back now that you're in the position, you all are seniors about to graduate high school, when did you all decide that, okay, I'm going to seriously pursue basketball? This is really what I want to do. And what I mean by that is that, to get to a state championship, that's not easy, right? So When did you decide that I'm going to seriously pursue this and I'm going to make this my priority?
I would say freshman year and sophomore year when back to back, I felt that like feeling of us just not completing it, but we were like right there.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt that freshman year, sophomore year, and junior year of not completing the job, and I'm glad that we did this year because now I have something to live for and looking forward to.
And maybe share with them what happened because you all, right, but share what happened that freshman year, what happened sophomore, what happened junior. Tell them about.
I got freshman year.
Freshman year.
Freshman year, me, Brie, and Carly were on the bench.
Okay.
We lost in the semifinals to Sepulpa at Tulsa
Yes.
Memorial.
Yes, good.
Sophomore year, chill.
It's a tough one.
Sorry, it's a
I remember that
heartbreaker. It is a
game, yeah.
heartbreaker. It
I was
almost makes me
recording.
cry.
Yes.
We lost in the championship at Norman against McAllister. Yeah.
We lost by 4 points.
Mm-hmm.
I think at the beginning, before the game even began, I think everybody thought we were going to win, like we were a shoo-in.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we also, as a team, maybe thought that it was going to be easy.
Right.
And so we didn't really prepare ourselves mentally. We did everything the same physically, but mentally, I don't think that we were prepared
Right.
for that game. I think Pauline ended up with 20 points and 15 rebounds. And I think Najoni and Bree both played in the game. I'll be honest with you, Najoni was a hot
crybaby.
mess. And so she has come such a long way.
Yeah.
But I know that all 4 of these girls were on the bench and they know exactly how it felt to have that heartbreak, especially 4 points.
Right.
So
So what happened the junior year?
Anybody junior year?
A lot happened.
Bree, you could probably elaborate. Bree or Carly? Yeah.
Wanna go, Carly?
Junior year, we lost the second game of the state.
Semifinals.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I don't know. I think it was
Sepulpa.
by
Sepulpa.
a significant amount of
Always
points. I think.
playing them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we lost by like no, I think it was like 7.
Oh, I don't know.
It might have been 12 or something like that, but I don't think it was 15. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I hope not. Oh
Maybe
goodness.
So that
Yeah.
was your junior year.
Yes.
Lost in semifinals.
Sepulpa.
Okay. So what was that like? What was that feeling like? Can you guys remember what that feeling was like as juniors? You're this close again. It didn't happen. So what did you do differently going into, okay, what am I going to do different this junior summer in between your senior year and come back and be ready to win?
I believe that, especially since we're all seniors, this year was very special. That we've all been playing together, and this is our last year for everyone. We playing all the way down to like Delilah in sophomore. As a sophomore, we've been playing with her since we were little. All of us have been playing with each other, and this was our very last year to ever all of us play it again. So that's what made it even more special and made it even more vulnerable to win.
I also think that we knew that we would be the best team after the main person at Sepulpa left, and I think that gave us a lot of motivation because we really knew that we would come back and just win it all. So I think that helped a lot.
Absolutely. Anybody else?
I had something, but I forgot it. It went away.
What'd she say?
I had something, but it went away.
Oh, okay. Okay. So do you guys remember anybody else want to share when you knew like, okay, I'm really going to play basketball. I'm really going to do this. I'm going to invest my time, invest my parents' money in going after this opportunity?
I would want to say the beginning of my junior year and the end of my junior year. Beginning of the junior year, Douglas told me I had to be point guard. And I grew up being like co-point guard with Nevaeh Sage and Imre Elizondo. And I didn't want to be the full-time point guard like former Teton Black Owl. I didn't want to do that, but Douglas put me in that position, and I'm really blessed she did because now I love the position. But I didn't want to be the point guard. I didn't want to be the leader. And so, but I had to take on ownership of that start of junior year. And it was tough throughout junior year. And after junior year, right after we lost, I knew that we were all coming back. And I knew I needed to get in the gym all summer and all senior year, especially since it was my last. So I'd say during my junior year, And before my senior year, I figured out like I actually do love this game and I actually can go places with this game, with this sport, and I can actually make a change and an impact with the sport that I love. So I'd say my junior year.
Anybody else want to share?
No, I don't think I will.
Okay.
You want
Bree?
to share?
It's okay.
Okay.
Don't be shy. I know y'all talk.
I don't know how to say it.
Okay.
I don't want to say something goofy on here and say it wrong.
So now that, right, middle school's done, high school's done, you've won 2 championships, you all have received numerous awards personally for your team. Now you have success, right? What would you say key factors are, that have played into that success? What has helped you achieve or get to this point in your career?
I would say Douglas, because she always keeps us humble, level-headed. She don't like hype us up where we just think we're all that. Like, we know that there's more people on the bench that can come in and help us, and she like just keeps that in our head that we're like, we need to be humble and not know that we're like all that. That makes sense.
Even though you are.
Right?
Anybody else?
I'd say, my Heavenly Father, He has helped us a lot
Don't be sorry
this
for that.
year and previous years. And I think just we all as a team, we grew our faith in Him, and
Yes.
that helped us lead us to get what's behind us. And I'd also say, for me, my parents really were a big part of supporting me and telling me what I need to do. And last but not least, Douglas. I used to despise Douglas.
Yes,
The
you
first 2
did.
years.
Yes, freshman and sophomore year.
But now I am truly grateful for Douglas because she taught me everything I know now. And she's just really a really great coach. And I don't know how I'm not going to be able to run her plays next year.
Oh, you'll do fine.
You can remember
You'll do
them.
Great. I know, right? You guys will do great.
Anybody else? Carly, Bree?
I think a big part of it was the chemistry between the players and the coaches all together.
Right.
I think that knowing that we all have a deep connection helped us outside of the court and on the court. I think it helped that we could be ourselves around each other, and we could get mad at each other, but we knew it was like meaningful and we didn't mean anything like harm by it. We were just like frustrated with each other, but we knew it was going to be okay once we left the court. And I think that it helped actually probably the most, I feel like, out of everything, in just knowing that we had each other still, and like no matter what happened in the game, we would still have each other and be there for one another.
Right.
That's sweet. Bree?
I don't know what to say.
Don't
You
be
ask
shy.
Ask the question again for Bree.
No, I don't know what to say.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So what would you say have been the key factors that have played into your success to get to this point?
I don't know.
Family?
You can ask another question.
I
don't know that.
I think for Bree, I watched her grow over the last few years, especially whenever her cousin Titana was here. I think Titana plays a big part in Bree's success in her life. And I think that Titana has done a great job in molding Bree into a great leader.
Right.
Bree doesn't like to speak of that, but a lot of times Bree is a great leader. She communicates so well, and she is always there to help the younger girls. So she does a really good job of bridging that gap and making sure that everybody on the team feels loved and appreciated. Right?
Thank you, Bree.
Thank you, Doug.
You're welcome.
So I know success is important, and you all have achieved multiple levels of success, but I also want you all to share about any failures that you all, failure, setback. I want people to know that that's not a bad thing, right? That's not necessarily, you could give up if you experience failure, but tell people of how maybe you've encountered a setback or something seen as a failure, but how did you work through that? And then how did you get to the other side of it?
I have a big one, I think. With me, it was always confidence, growing up with like all these girls that are really good at basketball and really athletic, and thinking that you weren't or potentially you weren't as good as them. I think that's a big factor in your game. And I think you don't have to be the best to contribute to the team. You can do any little things by hustling, rebounding, just communicating with your teammates. And I think junior year, I got confidence, and then I think it showed out there. And then during summer ball, we had a lot of new people come on the team, and I think that it set me back a little bit.
Mhm.
But I think midway, I mean, it obviously I think showed during senior year a little bit because we had a whole bunch of new people, and I just felt like I wasn't needed anymore. But about halfway through the season, I just realized that I don't have to score all the points. I don't have to be the best sub to come off the thing to contribute. And I think that helped me a lot, realizing my potential and just helping out the team and all that I can do and not try to be anybody else that I'm not.
All right.
Yes, Carly.
Thank you, Carly.
Yes.
That was
I'm
great.
gonna go off of Carly and say that I've struggled with confidence as well the past 4 years.
Yes.
Obviously freshman and sophomore year was a little bit tougher for me to get on the court, and I think that kind of dimmed me down to start junior year, and knowing that like I didn't play, I don't have any experience, that really didn't give me a lot of confidence. And then junior year I did get a lot of playing time. I had to take a new role, and I believe that helped my confidence, but then it also like showed me where I was on the team, because I was upset junior year and senior year on scoring. I was upset that I had to not get the points, and I was upset that I had to pass the ball all the time. But it actually worked out in my favor because I love passing.
And you're really good at it.
I love getting the assists, and I do love scoring, and I know that when I score, whenever I need to score, I can go score, and whenever I want to score, I'm able to score. So I think I also struggle with confidence, but I know I figured out my role, and I figured out how to gain from that setback.
Absolutely. And I want to share as a spectator, because I've been to your games for a number of years. I remember going to watch y'all play when you guys were sophomores, and we lost in the championship. And seeing you all from sophomores to seniors in that last game, I mean, it was a complete transformation where it looked like y'all were having fun. It looked like y'all enjoyed it. And it didn't ever look like you were shaken or your confidence, ever. Nobody shook y'all. It was just like you played every game with confidence. You played, we're here to win. And that's how it looked as a spectator. And so to see you all, maybe from that sophomore year to your senior, you're leading the team, and it was just such a beautiful thing to watch. And
it is. It's emotional. I have chills. Yes.
It was so fun to watch you all. Go ahead.
Go ahead. You have a setback?
Here we go. I tore my ACL. That set me way back.
Yeah.
Elaborate, please.
When did you tear your ACL?
First tell them a little bit before tearing your ACL. Like, what was your role before, and then what happened, and then afterwards?
I started before, and then it was
as
here.
A junior, right?
Yeah, as a
She
junior.
started as a junior, yes.
She had
Best
me
defender.
step up. Yep. And then we was a duo, us two. And then in this gym here, I tore it, but it's okay because never let an injury set you down.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a lot of setdowns and setbacks and stuff. Like I quit middle of the season, but I had to come back because I couldn't let them down because we've been playing for a long time.
So Bree's story is just a little bit different, like her first couple of years here, she made varsity. And I mean, most of these girls didn't get a lot of playing time their freshman year because we had a stellar group. And then the second year, I think her sophomore year, I think Paige tore her ACL. And so Bree ended up having to step up at the very end of the season and give Pauline some breaks. And so she was kind of that backup post. And then junior year, I think I started 3 bigs. I had Pauline,
I remember
Lily,
that.
and Bree. And the special thing about Bree is that she she might not give you 20 points, but Bree's going to rebound
Right.
and she's going to
Defend.
play defense and she's going to communicate the whole entire time. And so that's what made Bree special. Not only could she guard bigs, but she could also guard guards. And so she ran the floor, she could shoot the three. And so she was very, very special. And so whenever she went down, you know, to her ACL injury here in January, it was hard for all of us. And her. And so I think the rehab, you know, kind of delaying the surgery and then rehab, I think it kind of took a toll on Bree. And I think coming back, she just wasn't necessarily the person that she was before, unfortunately. However, she might not be on the court giving us 10, you know, rebounds and 10 points. But the difference that Bree makes in practice and on the bench during games was what we needed.
Right.
That leadership role, the communication, the constantly making sure everybody does what they do on the bench or, you know, in practice, keeping everybody up, telling them to do this and helping the younger ones. You know, I said that, you know, a lot of the younger ones don't know what they're doing. And she's the one right over there is telling them, you know, what to do. And so she has a different role than she did last year, unfortunately. But we still embraced her. We still loved her, and we care about her and her future.
Yes.
Do you want to share anything, Pauline?
Pauline?
Nope.
Sophomore year.
Sophomore year? No?
Janae.
Sophomore year, I think she was pretty devastated because of Janae, her
Oh,
sister. She played with
yes.
Janae.
Yeah.
And it was Janae's senior year. I know that was heartbreaking because she wanted to win with Janae.
Right.
And then last year, she put a lot of the pressure on herself. And see, exactly. Last year, she put a lot of pressure on herself. And when we were not successful in the state tournament last year, she blamed herself for it. And so I think that this year she had a lot of kind of not necessarily soul searching to do, but how do I lead in the right way?
Right.
And how do I lead by example, and how do I push myself to be the best that she possibly can be?
Right.
I mean, she scored 11,000 points, 779 rebounds, and broke the school rebounding record. So, I mean, this young lady had the ability when she walked in the door.
Right.
It was all whether or not she wanted to be that successful.
Yes.
And so I think that not being successful hurt with Janae, and then last year when she blamed herself for it, I think that definitely pushed her to be the best that she could be this year.
So how do you all take that heartbreak, right? You've experienced heartbreak. How do you take that and use it to motivate you all to be where you are right now? Did you see this? Did you foresee this happening for yourselves? We go undefeated. We win a state championship. We're MVP. We're all these things. I mean, did you foresee that happening whenever you were a sophomore or junior and like losing and being so close? What was that like?
Sophomore year, I didn't even think of senior year because it was so far away. But sophomore year, it was hard because we lost our starting of our starting five, except Pauline, and then two people off the bench, or however many. It was like 7 seniors we lost. And I think during sophomore year, I didn't even look at senior year because all I thought about after sophomore year was, oh, we're not going to be that good next year because of how many seniors we lost. And Emery and Lily were not here at the time. So it was just really the only person with varsity experience was Pauline. And so I was like, this junior year is going to be hard because of we lost everybody. We don't have anybody. And then we were blessed with Emery and Lily to come back. And then I'd say junior year, it was hard because we didn't have the seniors and we were just trying to figure out how to play with each other once again because we weren't able to. But junior year was trying to figure out how to play with each other again. And then this year, after we lost junior year, we all knew we were all coming back, and we all knew that we had another chance, and we had the best chance to end it on the best note. So I think senior year, we all came to a realization that we were going to be able to bring it back home.
Anyone else?
Anyone else? Carly?
I don't really remember anything from sophomore year. So, and I didn't really like contribute to that part of the team on sophomore year, but I saw everybody. I remember in the locker room after we lost, everybody, you could tell everybody was just like defeated, and a lot of people were crying, and I knew that if I was a senior or a junior that was contributing to the team, I would feel really heartbroken. And I think knowing that, I didn't let it. I'm trying to think. Like no, like seeing everybody down. I think that really motivated me on junior and senior year to try my hardest and try to do as much as I could. And I think if you know that you did like what you could, I mean, you shouldn't feel that bad about losing. But I just think that really helped me junior and specifically senior year, hoping to win it.
I'm going to go again. Sorry, guys.
That's okay. Go ahead.
I promise I won't talk that much.
No, please talk.
I'd also say what Carly said. That really helped us even in 2019, Douglas.
2019. Yeah,
Yes.
that was my first year. First.
Watching Jalen
Yes.
Revelis, watching how hard it was for her, watching
Charlie,
how hard it was
Bushyhead.
for Charlie, and then sophomore year watching how hard it was for Janae, for Ashlyn, for Titana, for Leslie, for all of them, how hard it was. I made sure to let our team know and let Pauline know that this championship game, because we were kind of, getting a little frustrated at halftime, and we were having a hard time figuring out what to do and stuff. And Pauline was not happy at the moment, so I talked to her and I talked to the starting five that we go do this for Janae, we go do this for Jalen, we go do this for Ashlyn, for Titana, for all of them who didn't get this chance that we have the ability to. And so I think that really helped us be able to finish that game well.
What was the question?
Just how you dealt with the heartbreak of losing those years, and then now you've come back and won a state championship.
I wouldn't say I dealt with it. I'm still going through it. It was a lot. I feel like freshman year, I feel like I did what I could coming off the bench. Sophomore year, I feel like I gave it my all. I feel like I gave it my all, and like around me, I don't know. It just felt like I wouldn't say I was doing everything, but it felt like I was the one that I felt like I was the senior in that group.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to like leave it all on the court for them. Oh Lord, I'm about to cry.
I think that year was really hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I think at halftime I really tried to help Pauline at the moment and tell her how proud I was of her and how proud her mom and her family is of her, and how Janae would have wanted this and Janae would have wanted her to finish our game. And so I think that heartbreak sophomore year really helped us become who we are today and help us bring what we brought back.
Do you guys remember the conversation at halftime of the Coweta game?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think we went into halftime at Coweta, and I think this kind of like explains like what these girls have kind of gone through, because I've gone through it as well. At halftime, I think we were down and we didn't play well at all for the first half. We didn't play basketball the way we play basketball. And so when I sat down in the locker room at halftime, I didn't even talk about basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I literally talked about taking the weight off of them, that no matter whether they won or lost, it didn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
I know that and these girls as well, because it's something that we had talked about at the beginning of the year, is that sometimes we put a lot of pressure on ourselves.
Yes.
And not only do we put pressure on ourselves, but sometimes our parents or sometimes our family members don't mean to, but we do put pressure on, us to be successful because we are good.
Right.
Or because we have felt this. And so I think that at the beginning of the year, I talked to them about take the monkey off your back. Like we're not even going to talk about winning a championship. Like we're going to talk about the day-to-day practice. We're going to talk about every game. We're going to talk about every quarter. And we're going to win that battle first before we even talk about winning a championship. And so that's what I talked about. Like me being me, like whenever I came to El Reno, I thought that I had to prove my value with a gold ball. And the crazy thing is the first 7 years, that's what I did. Not only did I try to build a program, but I felt that my worth was gold ball, not a silver ball, not, making a difference in the lives. But last year, during the summertime, I told myself, like, why am I worried about this? Like, that's not who I am. Like, I truly believe, like, why I'm here is to make a difference in their lives every day. And to help them become young women that are going to be productive in society. And on top of that, be great at basketball as best as they can, right? And so I finally took that weight off of myself this summer. And I told them I haven't been nervous. I was not nervous for a single game all year long because I took that weight off of my shoulders. I told them in the locker room, I haven't been nervous at all, whether you win or lose, because I knew, truly, I believed that they could be successful. And I've prepared them and done everything that we possibly could for them to be successful.
Right.
And if God wanted it to happen, he would make it happen. And so that's what I told them. Quit putting this pressure on yourself and just go play with your sisters.
Yes.
Go play basketball. Love it. Enjoy it. This is, and I told them, the seniors, like, this is your last opportunity. Don't make this your last game.
Right.
Enjoy it. Walk out of here with a smile on your face. Be happy. No matter what happens, give everything that you possibly can.
Right.
And you do whatever you can necessary for us to be successful. And I think that it showed in the second half. And I think that that's something that we've talked about. We felt failure and we know that we could be successful, but we put a lot of pressure on ourselves. And so, which I think that's why Pauline is crying, because she does put a lot of pressure on herself.
Right.
And so just kind of releasing that and knowing that they played basketball with their sisters every day.
Yeah.
And just go enjoy it and have fun. And at the end of the day, they know that they can fulfill what they were supposed to do.
Absolutely. And how did that help you all on the court, that you guys have played together for a very long time? You might be related, we're all related in one way or another. You all are sisters. Like, how did that help you off the court? How did that help you on the court in your chemistry, and how that help you all be a better team than somebody that's maybe only played together for 2 years, 3 years? Like, you guys are different. Explain how that helped.
I think it's a secret we can't tell.
Because we know how each other act. I feel like that's good. It helps out because we all know each other's attitudes and stuff.
Yeah.
So we know, like, how to act when someone has attitude. We know, don't be like, you know what I mean?
They know how to approach each other. Yes.
Because we all have some type of way that we act, and we all know how it is.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it still comes down to that we still love each other. And we can, like, we're there for each other no matter what happened at practice or anything else. So
at
we're
school,
all still cousins.
Yeah.
Right. Like, you guys literally love each other no matter what.
Yes.
I think also it has to do with a lot of our trust with each other. Growing over the years, we've gained trust more and more. And I was telling my dad the other day, we all went to go play in Colorado a couple weeks ago, and we won over there. Sorry, Bree. We won over there. And my dad, when I came back home, my dad was talking to me about how, like, Emery and Pauline, they always do good, and he's always praising them. He was like, Pauline and Emery, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, Emery did really well. And then I was like, yeah. And he was like, I'm so happy she got MVP. And I was thinking, I was like, yeah, because whenever I play with Emery, I don't really, and Pauline, literally all of them, I don't realize how much they do contribute. Like, they just do it, and I just expect them to do it.
Right.
So I think I just trust them a lot, and that happens, like, every game. I trust them so much, and that I just forget how much they do for us, how much they do for me.
Right.
And just I don't know. It's just like weird because when we're in the game or after the game, I don't realize how much layups they make or how much good moves or good defensive stops they make. I feel like that just comes with them, and that's just what I expect.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
I guess. Honestly.
So I don't know if you all know this, but years ago, and I think this was probably when Perry was in high school, back then, like, we didn't have NABI. We didn't really play AAU. I know Perry played AAU because he's won a state championship at Watauga. But it wasn't the norm because, one, we didn't have the financial means to do so. We come, from maybe single parent homes. We didn't have the opportunity, the money to go beyond like all West. That's all we played when I was in high school, all West, and then high school basketball. And then, that's it. There was no like pathway. There was no extra program set up to give us the opportunity. So a lot of we knew that our native student athletes that played basketball and other sports, like, they're good, but they're not there. They're not getting the opportunity because we don't have the financial means to put them there. So that's one of the reasons why Respect was created, the Respect program, with Eddie and Perry, Christine Levi, of saying like, hey, our kids need they need the access to this other level. Like, we need to give them this opportunity. How do we give them the opportunity? How do we give them the experience? So that's why the Respect program was created, because we did have kids that were good, and we would go to All West. Like, Quentin and Teresa used to take us up there. All CNA girls, all CNA boys, they would take us on charter buses. We would go up there, play. Natalie, of course, played. We played together since we were in third grade. I think the closest we came, we got second one year against another Oklahoma team, long time ago. We got second, but we've been going since I was in high school, which is a very long time ago. So now to see, and I had shared this with Douglas earlier, I don't know if Natalie shared this with you, but we never came to school here in El Reno. We went to Darlington, of course, but we didn't have the opportunity. We didn't have a fair shot here at El Reno because of a number of reasons. So we didn't feel like we could come here and play. More importantly, like, we weren't going to play. So let's just go where we think we'll play. So we went to Calumet, we went to Riverside, we went to the other school districts. So seeing you all, like, Rochelle's the first person in my family to play here at El Reno. So we would come, and then the past few years, like, Natalie and I would see each other after the games, and we would be so excited because y'all were winning. Y'all have always been good, but you guys are good. You're winning. Like, you're filling up these stands, and we would just look at each other like, this is so exciting. Like, this is happening. Our kids are playing here. They don't have to leave anymore. Like, I don't know if you all realize how special that is, because not everybody gets that opportunity. You have to cut that out. So there's like this long of things happening behind the scenes that where now it's like we can see the fruition, right, of what people were saying about our kids are good, but let's just give them the opportunity to be good. So that's why you can go to Denver, you can go to NABI, fully funded, right? You don't have to worry about meals, you don't have to worry about hotels, you don't have to worry about transportation. Like, where our kids are good, we want them to compete, and you guys are competing and you're winning. Like, you won a state title. Do you really realize how special and how meaningful that is, not to, of course, yourselves, your coaches, but to this community, to your family members? Do you understand that impact yet?
I feel like I don't.
Huh?
I feel like I don't understand it yet. Like, I don't know. I'm like, all the awards and like seeing like even Violet, like, when she comes up to me, I just don't understand how it feels to be her watching me. So none of that has hit me yet. So
it hasn't hit you yet. Okay.
I think the fans at Norman did give us a little spark of how it would feel, because there was a lot of people there.
There was a lot.
We had relatives that aren't even from El Reno coming to watch you guys play from all over Oklahoma. We had relatives in Wyoming logging on to watch you guys play. People, just because there's like, hey, these are Indian girls, right? We all saw the TikTok of this little girls
those little
basketball team.
girls, right?
Hey,
Yeah.
because you guys look like us, right? That's what matters. Representation matters. I mean, I don't know if you guys if you all understand that right now, but it is certainly, you guys have made an impact and have made history, not only for El Reno Public Schools, but I think for our Cheyenne and Arapaho community as
Right.
well. I mean, we have, last year 5 girls starting that are CNA. You know what I mean? That
Right.
is a huge deal. And it was just so exciting as, a spectator, as an aunt, watching you all that, man, like we're here and this is happening. It's been such a fun ride for me as a spectator, for our families. Like I told Douglas, we have never been El Reno fans. I remember seeing Natalie one time. I'm like, well, I guess we can buy El Reno shirts. I guess we're fans now because we've never been. But you all are that reason why we're here. So I want to thank you all for that. I also want to ask, and if you all want to share, who are you outside of basketball? You guys are great basketball players, but I'm sure you're great young people. So maybe share who you are. What do you like to do? What do you enjoy besides going to the gym all the time?
Of course.
I babysit and hang out with all my little nephews and nieces.
She does always. Every time, like over break or the summertime, she always has someone extra
or
with her.
at practices.
Or at practices. She just brings them along. Like
Go sit.
she's
Go
yes.
sit in
So
the
she always has a niece, a nephew, or a
Just
cousin,
someone, yeah.
or somebody. It's really cool how Bree just brings anybody and everybody. I love
She
it.
lets me too.
Yeah.
So I love that.
Of course. Bring them.
Sometimes they even come with shoes. They'll be practicing with us.
Yes, sometimes they get in drills and things of that nature. Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah.
I think I'm more of a what you see is what you get.
Mm.
Like, I don't know. There's
What does that mean?
like if you see me on the court, like if I'm mad, then I'm probably like I'm not
okay,
the
yeah,
happiest person. I'm not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-mm. That ain't me.
I feel you.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm done.
She's a tough shell to crack, just so
Okay.
you know.
She has to be smiling for you to come up to her.
Okay. Chill out.
Joking.
I'm just kidding.
No.
Okay.
Carly?
I like to think that I'm an interesting person, I guess. I like to do like a lot of crafty things, and I like to be on the internet all the time, and I like to wear colorful things, and I just think I'm an easy person to get along with, and I like to crochet. I'm getting into sewing now, and I want to learn how to bead. I think I'm going to try to bead my cap for graduation, but hopefully I learn quickly. But yeah, that's a little bit of
She
what I like to
also
do.
attends college.
Oh yeah, I take concurrent classes at Redlands my summer into junior year, and then summer into senior year, and then now I'm taking concurrent
So
classes.
whenever you
Awesome.
graduate high school, how many college credits will you have?
21.
So
Oh,
she's
wow.
basically almost
Yeah.
like done with her first year of
Yeah.
college. Isn't that
Absolutely.
amazing?
That's awesome.
Yes, Carly.
And she's going to OU.
She is, yes.
Hopefully. I'm on the, I don't know, I'm kind of scared, and the financial part of that, I don't know what I really want to do yet.
Mm-hmm. It'll work out.
Yeah, hopefully.
Joan.
I'll be honest, I don't know who I am.
Start off like that.
Yes, you do.
What do you enjoy? What do you enjoy doing?
Basketball.
Besides basketball.
Yeah.
Najoni is very intelligent as well, and she's also dedicated herself to her faith the last few years, and she's really grown in her faith, and definitely has done a marvelous job on helping her teammates come together and know Jesus as well. And so I know that's something that she's focused on the last few years, and I've been super proud of her.
And I also am probably the funniest on the team.
No, she's not. Bro.
That's me.
I'm just
We're
kidding.
not starting
That's
that.
me.
Okay, so we only have a couple questions left, but I'm sure you all have noticed at your games, you see all these little kids, right? Boys and girls that are here cheering you on. So what do you want to say to these little kids that like, hey, I want to go win a state championship like they did, or I want to be as successful as they were? What would you say to them?
I would say come to El Reno and get coached by Doug.
And Coach P.
Oh my goodness. Oh goodness.
No,
It's not that easy.
I'm
I like to think that no dream is too small, and that's in the court and outside of the court. I believe that you can do anything that you put your mind to, and if God put it in your head, I mean, there's something you can pursue about that. I think as a little kid, always in this gym, I used to think it was so big. I would run around like the inside this hallways, and I would stand by the cheerleaders and cheer with them, and I think. Knowing that I was that little before, and I'm not even sure if I even was thinking about playing basketball here, but I'm glad it happened, and I think um, any kid watching can do as we did and even better. So I would just tell them that no dream is too small and that they can do anything they put their mind to.
Thank you.
She's looking at me.
Bree?
Oh, never let anything set you back, even an injury. That's all I would say.
Jenny?
I'd say whatever you're pursuing in, make sure to pursue in your faith in it. And also put with whatever you're pursuing in, it doesn't have to be basketball or anything that you desire to do. You're gonna have some trials and adversity to face, but that is just gonna help you build your character stronger and build yourself stronger. And whatever it is, I say put your all into it and work hard in everything you do. And I think Heavenly Father and our Savior Jesus Christ is a big part of what you do in life and a big part of what you would want in your life. So I think having a lot of faith and having a great work ethic and hard work, and lastly, but probably, and one of the most important, is having fun and enjoying what you're doing. Make
Right.
sure to live in the moment and actually love what you're doing, because I love playing basketball with
I like that.
in El Reno with Douglas and all my sisters.
Live in the moment.
So just love what you're
Live in the
doing
moment.
and enjoy whatever it is.
Awesome.
I would say that knowing, like, you have to know that you're gonna have ups and downs, and you can't just like focus on like the past, because if you're focused on the past, you're not gonna get anywhere. Know that it takes time, because it took me 4 years.
Right.
So you just have to be patient and just trust
Trust
that.
the process.
Sorry, I was looking at my tattoo.
Uh-huh.
But you just have to
See?
know and trust that
cool.
everything's gonna work out and that God is doing it for a reason.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you, guys. And one last thing, if you can share, I know Coach Douglas, I know your assistant coaches over here have had, tremendous impact on your success, but I also know that your families, your parents, aunts, uncles, grandparents have made a lot of sacrifices for you all to be here. So I want you all, maybe if you could look into one of the cameras, and what would you say to thank those family members for, giving you this life and giving you, a lot of opportunity. And thank those people who have impacted your life, because sometimes they get overlooked and unnoticed. But I mean, they're paying the gas to go to your games.
Yep.
They're paying the entry fee to get into the games
For
for
real.
all the siblings. I mean, James and
Yes.
Melissa come in with all, the little ones. I mean, it's expensive. It takes a toll. It's an impact. You have to have the financial means to do it. So if you want to say something to your family members, we'll start with Bree and kind of thank them.
Thank you for everything y'all have done for me. I appreciate it.
Or if you want to shout out anybody special, please do so.
I want to say thank you to my family for putting up with me. I know I'm not the easiest. I want to shout out. Oh, sorry. I want to shout out to Dakota and Evan for keeping me humble. I just want to say thank you to everybody, the community, coaches, teammates, everybody who knew me or any of that. Thank you.
Okay, I would have to thank my mom and my brother, especially my mom, because throughout my whole basketball career, I would want to quit so bad, and I just thank her for like not letting me give up and not letting me quit, and making me push through everything that discouraged me. I thank her for all the money she put into me and all the traveling she's did for me, and all the opportunities she's handed me with, and also the respect program and the tribe for providing us with a lot of opportunities and all the camps out at Concho and everything of that nature. And I thank my brother for basically seconding with my mom all the time and telling me not to quit, telling me that I should need to do better, telling me that I should be the best I want to be in anything that I do. And I thank all the fans and all the support that everybody has ever gave us.
So first, I want to thank Cheyenne and Arapaho tribes for always funding for us during respect, for always supporting us with whatever we do or whatever we try to do. They're always there for us, and they always know how us as Native American girls feel. So thank you to Cheyenne and Arapaho tribes, and thank you to the El Reno community for believing in us and putting their trust in us to go and win them something that hasn't happened, and for just always showing out at our games and always just being there for us. And thank you to Douglas and Prince and Coach Kylie and Courtney, and all of our past coaches. Thank you so much for everything you poured into us and teaching us and doing for us. We really do appreciate all of it, for learning us and helping us develop into people we are. Thank you to, sorry, I have a long list.
Go ahead.
Thank you to Eric Sandoval and Evan Ortiz, who has taught us everything we've known. They started this all, and they really put us where we are today. And I'm so blessed that they brought us all together and took us to all those tournaments when we were little. And thank you to Perry Romanos, who is trying to keep us going and who's trying to keep us together as long as we can be together, and for continuing to take us where we need to be to play and to win. And thank you to my family, all of my family, for always supporting me and always being by my side. Thank you, Mom, to my mom for helping me grow my faith in my Heavenly Father, and for always loving me and supporting me through whatever I wanted to do. Even when I wanted to quit, she told me to quit.
No, she didn't. No, she did not.
I'm just kidding. But thank you, Mom, for always loving me. And then thank you, Dad.
Yes.
He's taught me almost everything for basketball, and he has done so much for me. He took me to all my AAU tournaments, stayed in some motels, had to do some fundraisers, but he did it for me, and he sacrificed so much for me, and I'm so grateful for that, and I'm so grateful for them for always supporting me and taking my side on whatever it is, even if I'm wrong. And thank you to my Heavenly Father. Thank you, guys. Yeah.
Thank you, guys. So I just want to share real quickly that on the basketball team of why this is so significant and why we're doing this podcast is that the El Reno girls basketball team, there are 13 girls on the team. There are 9 that are Native American, 5 that are enrolled Cheyenne Arapaho, and 8 of those girls went to Darlington Public Schools, where we've mentioned before that all these young ladies have, and that is a public school that is a rural school, but is predominantly Native American. And a lot of our students are coming to school here and they're finding success. So thank you for providing me, the coaches, for seeing our kids, letting them be themselves, letting them win, and giving them a fair shot and opportunity to play. So I thank you all for that. Anybody want to say anything else?
Thank you to our team.
Yes.
Our team was great. I love
We are
my
truly
team.
blessed. We have some good teammates.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you guys for listening. And like I said, these are remarkable young women. I had asked for a sheet for all of their awards, and I thought it was going to be maybe a paragraph. I mean, they have a whole sheet per girl. I mean, they've achieved so many things. So I'm just grateful that, grateful that you all sat here with us today. Grateful for your time. I wish you the best in your future endeavors, going to college, whatever you decide to do. And just know that like you all said, nothing is perfect. Things don't always work out. You may change your mind, and that's okay. Like,
Right.
you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to know exactly what you want to major in, what you want your degree. It's fine if you want to change your mind or do something
Right.
else. Just give yourself that grace, and I wish you all the luck. And you ever need a reference, a recommendation, please don't hesitate to contact me. I'm so proud of you all, and thank you for your time, and congratulations. Thank you for your time, and we hope that you enjoyed this podcast, and please stay tuned for more. Thank you.